Hello, welcome to my daily drawing YouTube practice where we get to draw together every day. I'm curating a selection of reference images that everyone is welcome to draw from, of wonderful faces, wonderful people, and you can get the reference directly from the Discord server where I'm sharing them to, and a lot of people are sharing their work there, which is really exciting to see. It's becoming a really wonderful and vibrant place to draw and share together. So thank you for being here, Ingrid, Hannah-Marie, Kiki, Lisbeth, Gabriela, Nicole, up early in Australia, so good. Anyone else who's here whose name I haven't just said, Annette, Meryl, Cassidy. So cool. It's so great to have you all here. Say hello in the chat. Say all sorts of things in the chat. Ask pertinent questions. Tell me who your favorite line artists are. If you think of a line artist, who do you think of? What do you think of? What does it even mean? What is pure line? I'm trying to explore the idea of line after continuous line to just make it a lot more clear. Is pure line more clear than continuous line? I don't know. Hello, Tommy. Rachel. So good to have you here. Let's draw. So I have been thinking about line artists and Moebius, Jean Girard, who created comics that I have not read, but his work is amazing, and I have been immersed in his world through his drawings and line work. I've picked him today because when I think of a line artist, I often think of the images I know of his. So yeah, let's draw Jean Girard. And if you're not familiar with Moebius, check it out. Dave Milan is an amazing line artist. Hi, Dale. David Milan, cool. Hola, Luis. You surely have some ideas about who is a great line artist. Let me know in the chat, and I will absorb everything that I can. Yesterday, I did a drawing of a bird's eye with Shannon. Shannon did a really cool live stream where she was talking about value and drawing an eye that looks like an eye, and I tried to do it with pens and stuff, and if we're getting close enough, we might see the whole world reflected in this eye. That was really cool. So it was a very informative, instructive, good learning experience to hang out and draw with Shannon. And I think Shannon's going to be streaming again with lips today. Cassidy, yes. Thinking of Moebius, I was like, comic artist. Like, it's a whole thing. There's the pencil, the line, the ink, and then the color. It's like one of the disciplines. So yeah, comic artists. Dale posted a few images by Mucha. Yes, I was thinking about Mucha too. So yeah. I so much like his liberal rubber policy. David Milan. Cool. I will check it out. I'm not yet familiar with him. So I have pens that I actually got for my 11-year-old. I was like, hey, can I use your pens? Because yesterday I tried to use my pens and they all seemed dried up. So these are fresh and juicy, and this is what I'm going to be drawing with. I will set a timer. Maybe I'll make it a 5-minute timer. Because yesterday I was saying when I have a short time frame, I often am kind of more adventurous with my drawings. So I'll do that. And I'll take this 4mm. I've got 2mm, 4mm, 7mm. Oh no, this is 0.2, 0.4, 0.7, and then 1mm. And then there's like a brush pen. So really cool. I don't usually experiment with these and different line weights and stuff, but let's just draw. Okay, starting with 4mm, which I know and love, because this other drawing that I did yesterday was also with the 4mm pen. All right, I will drink some of my tea, which is at the perfect temperature. Otherwise it's going to be cold because I'll forget about it. All right, yeah, line artists. If you come across any or think of any, or if you're like, what is it? What is even a line artist? And maybe you come up with something. Or as you're browsing the Artstagram, you might see something, you're like, oh, this is definitely a line artist. Or you might notice some outstanding line work and then want to share it with me because I'm curious. And I will share it to my stories so that we can all, or if you want to put it in the Discord server as well, or write in the comments here. So something really interesting. This is all very even line weight. Fred is here. Fred, do you have favorite line artists? So it's something that really... So it's interesting having this pen set, which I got for my child, which has all of these different line weights, because line variation it just brings so much life to it. It's really interesting to explore within the limitation of just like one line weight. But as we may want to move away from that one line weight, it can be really interesting to start exploring the idea of line hierarchy, and different line weights convey a different sense of form or a different kind of importance. They also just grab our attention differently. So we'll see. I'll start with this pen, and oh wow, there's like almost nothing to draw of the glasses frame. That's interesting on this side, because it's all just, whoa, there's nothing to draw there. If I'm just like trying to reduce the line, I know I can see where the edge of the glasses is, but in this some kind of simplified way of drawing, there's nothing there. I can imagine where the transition is between the glass and the skin, but I'm just looking at values, like where are the main lines that I can discern with light and dark. And it's interesting to notice things like that, to just be like, oh wow, there is actually no line at the edge of those glasses. That's interesting. Cassie, I love the work of Sergio Topi and Takahito Inouye. Cool. Yes, Sergio Topi I know, and Takahito I'll have to look into. Thank you. I lived in Belgium for a while, and they have a real comic tradition, as in France as well. And you would walk down these little streets in Belgium, and then on just this little piece of a house there would be like this giant painting from some Belgian comic, which was pretty cool. Lots of murals from the Belgian comic world. If any questions come up for you, feel free to ask them here. But I'm part of like what I'm doing with this exploring pure line is I'm going to make a tutorial for my Patreon supporters. I'm pretty sure the link to that is down in the description, and it's going to be about pure line. And so through this daily practice, I'm priming myself for making this tutorial, contemplating and experimenting, experiencing what it could mean, what I mean, what do I even mean. And if you have questions that you would like addressed here and in the tutorial, I've lost face space. I just noticed that just like this big whole area, this should all be over here a bit more, but okay, it's gonna be less proportionally accurate. It's okay sometimes. Even if it weren't okay, if it wasn't okay, if I was like, oh man, I wanted this to look exactly like that, too bad. I've used the ink and it's locked in, and that's one of the great great reasons why ink is such a good teacher. It teaches you to be careful before you make your marks and to deliberate, like put things in the right place, or just to accept it and keep going, roll with it, which is the mode I have to be in at the moment because I've just not put things, well, I have put things in the right place. Just the relationship to each other and the sizes and their proportions have led to a different expression of this face than in the... My 5 minutes is up, by the way. I put another 5-minute timer on just to kind of measure in 5-minute intervals. How, I was wondering, would people be interested in me returning to the 5-minute, sticking to 5 minutes? I did that for a while, where I was like, okay, what was it, 1 or 2 weeks, a week and a half, where I was like, I keep saying even 5 minutes is worth it, so I'm going to stick to 5 minutes. This is a funny little hat and a funny squished face, but I like it. Even though things are like way off proportion wise, I could totally fix the hat because it's all in black. I could make it bigger and just fill it in, but maybe I'll just keep it like that. Now I don't know what this is going to do. This is a 1mm pen, so that's why I just took a photo because I'm about to introduce a totally different pen. This is gonna change things. Jeff Darrow, yeah. Shaolin Cowboy, Hardboiled and Big Guy. Thank you, Fred. Yes, Jeff Darrow, very cool line art. And I'm drawing who yes, I am drawing him. I'm drawing the line artist. Do a few of them maybe once a week, the 5-minute ones. Yeah, maybe that could be a 5-minute day. Nicole asked, do you have a usual place to start with a line drawing? Eyes? It varies immensely. It depends. Hi, Shannon. I told everyone how I drew a bird eye with you yesterday. Shannon's going to be drawing again today after this stream. It was very informative, very cool. Go check out Shannon's live streams. That there was a real transmission of understanding how to draw things in Shannon's eye stream, explaining values and stuff. It was very good. I don't have a usual place to start. I would say that I don't. I start drawing wherever it grabs my attention, and that will usually be, like here, it was just a little shape that looks like an F. That was where I started drawing, because it just grabbed my attention. And I wouldn't say that's a usual place, but it was a high contrast place, so it captivated me and I just went for it. This is like a thick, there's way thicker this brush. I'm intimidated by the thickness of that brush. I'll use this one. This is 0.7. And I want to play around with some of this line variation idea. Which I could also do with the same pen. Maybe that would even be an interesting, because that's the way I usually do. I like to limit the amount of tools. Sometimes I'll just do a whole drawing just with one thing. So maybe rather than grabbing that pen, like even if you just get one pen, you can still do so much with it, and there's so much potential for variation and subtlety, exploration just with one tool. So. Shannon, do you have any favorite line artists? I would definitely be drawing throughout this. I'll do like a brush pen or a pointed thin kind of brush drawing, calligraphy pen. I'll go back to pencil and really try and push more variation, because you can get so much incredible line variation with a pencil. And I guess, even though here yesterday I went into hatching, this idea is like, how much can I express before I start to render and fill in value, what can I communicate just with line? And it's a really interesting way to shift the way you're thinking about drawing. And there's so much wonderful possibility for conveying, like implying a three-dimensionality and even weight distribution. There's all this kind of stuff. Like there's so many wonderful subtle qualities of an image that that sometimes can just be conveyed with really minimum line work, which is fascinating. How we can make something look like a thing just by putting some lines on paper. And of course the accuracy question, figuring out where you place things and the angles and the distances, this is all something that comes with a lot of practice, I would say. But yeah, I think it's really cool just to see like what can be done in a very minimal sense. And it's been really cool. Like I've loved seeing your work, those of you, people drawing along, who are doing what I'm doing, and some people are just doing what they're doing, and that's totally awesome because everyone can do whatever they want. But it's been really interesting to notice some of you drawing, reducing it to line, and yeah, just seeing what quality is coming through and what things you're observing when you're able to focus on just the line rather than thinking about the values. It's really cool to see. And line is often like this foundational element that even if we're going to be moving towards doing something complex, painting, like having line and understanding of line and form in this minimal sense can also be advantageous as a kind of the structure underneath the painting. Or maybe it becomes a kind of a play between line and paint. And it's interesting to just kind of have different tools, different ways of looking at things and different ways of making marks in our understanding things that we can have interacting with each other in whatever images we choose to make. Brush pen is so cool. I know some of you started playing with brush pens, and there's so much that's cool about using a brush for line work. The line variation, if it's like a thin point, and it can become kind of expansive and become super thin, and then if it's a brush that you're dipping into something, that then there'll be like it'll dry up, and then you get these wonderful dry kind of scratchy marks within your line work, and it's like really fun drawing with a brush. I'm thinking of kind of just leaving it like that. I'm going to read what you're saying. Maybe I'll think about some other things while doing that. I'm wondering if I should block in like the hat. I could do it. It looks funny. It looks like a very little hat I've put on his head. But what brush pen do I recommend? I don't know. I was thinking actually, hey, Vanessa, yes, I was talking about you recently because we were talking about Andrew Kadima, who was at Studio Slew. And I was like, yeah, Vanessa went to a workshop there and it was cool. And I know that you come up here as Clarice, but you're actually Vanessa. So cool to see you here. You have paper and you're on vacation. Nice. All this week. I'm drawing every day on YouTube, and you can draw with me every day if you like. I was asking you, what are your favorite line drawing tools? I don't really have a brush pen to recommend I do not. The most experience I have is with these Pentel water pens, and this is one I filled with watercolor and then clogged it up, and it doesn't. There's no flow anymore. But sometimes I still use it to dip into ink, and it's the same as this one. But I can't use it as a. This is just for show. This is just for holding. This is not part of it anymore. It's just about the fine tip. So yeah, I think those are pretty cool. The Pentel water brush. Terry Burt says, "Is that a ballpoint pen?" It is not. It's a felt tip pen. Brush pen. Or would you recommend any specific pen? Looks like you're answering this. I really like these Stabilo 0.4 millimeter pens. These are the same pen. They just look different. You can get like a pack of. I don't know why all my pens are. This is like my favorite pen for doing this kind of line work. And but I was trying them out yesterday, and all of my black pens seemed dry, weirdly. But yeah, these are pretty cool. I've used these Faber-Castell Pitt pens as well that are like Indian ink pens, and they're waterproof, so then you can paint over them. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's what you're using, and it's blobbing. I wonder if it's just the... I wonder if there's something wrong with the pen, the brush pen you have, because I don't recall having issues with these, like being unruly and blobby. I've had that a lot with dip pens and stuff. Nick Bradshaw says, Shannon, 100%. Actually, I'm thinking of it as colorable, like a coloring book is line drawing. Exactly. Yes. I was thinking about that too. I was thinking, what is a pure line drawing? I was like, something you could color in after. I guess that is a pretty cool definition. Tommy is sorry that the Pilot G-Tech pen isn't waterproof. Dale says someone recommended Koi colouring brush pen grey set of 6 values. Interesting. Lisbeth is blocking in the hat, and it was a big mistake. Oh no. You're going to have to do this too, probably. If you're blocking in the hat, and then it's like, it becomes really heavy, and then you may like this shape here to balance the hat. That might help. Keith Herring, yeah, Nicole, cool. Keith Herring. Annette's favourite pen is a Uniball iMicro. Oh, Kiki just what's going on? Kiki just smeared her drawing, and Lisbeth made a big mistake. Uh-oh. Perhaps it's time to stop. But do it again. Just start again. It's okay. If it doesn't work out, you can just do it again. There's a lot of talking, but I think I spent just over 10 minutes drawing this. And perhaps I'll introduce a 5-minute day of the week. +1 for G-Tech. Yeah, maybe you want it not to be waterproof. Like these, I've been refilling this with water-soluble ink, and I love what I've been able to do with it. Yeah, that was it for today. Keep the recommendations coming for artists and pens. And go and draw lips with Shannon, dear Shannon. It looks as if it should be adorned with flowers. What? The drawing? That would be nice if it was surrounded by flowers. All right, thanks everyone. Thanks for being here. Daily drawings. I'll give you the link. Put a little drawing hand emoji in the chat if you've made it to the end, so I can love you. I love you. I love you anyway, even if you haven't made it to the end. Look at this delight. I just saw Fred's drawing of Masana. So good. I love opening apps and seeing the drawings that people have done together with me. It's so good. That looks amazing. Cool, Fred. Shannon's just going to go brush her hair. I'm just going to go get this link for you. Ooh, lips instead of a drawing hand. A smoochy lipsticky kiss. Oh, and Dale put in some mucha into... oh, cool. Oh, Tommy, your Kendrick looks so good. So good doing this together with all of you. I love it so much. Love seeing what you do. So please share. Here's the Discord server. If you're not already there, join. Vanessa, I'm so happy that you're able to be here. If it fits during your vacation, come draw with us. We're drawing every day. Look at all of the... Oh, Lewis is drawing with a crayon. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. I can't wait to see your drawings. I can't wait for people to tell me. You can also tell me in my Instagram stories, line artist, who you love. And I'm going to go back through this chat and write some names down and soak up some sweet lines and let it go through my filter and see what I do in the coming weeks with the idea of line. Thank you for being here. You're all amazing.